Hi guys, Jen here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about kids. Um, it's Monday. Call it Mommy Monday. We got through the week. We started first day back at school. Chaotic, to say the least. It's now about, 11 o'clock at night. My day is now ending. I want to tell you how we do it with 7 kids at home at all times. Well, in that it's not even at all times. One of mine goes with his father very regularly, according to his father's work schedule. My fiance's 4 go with their mom Monday, Tuesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. So then on a few days a week, sometimes I only have 2 kids. Sometimes I have 3. And other times we have 7. Every morning most mornings we have 7. If my youngest is with his father, then we have 5, or 6, I'm sorry. But then we have 3 different buses. We have the middle school bus, the elementary bus, and then the special ed bus. And we have 3 different bus times. The middle schoolers walk down to the stop sign by themselves. The elementary schoolers walk down to the end of the driveway with us. Me or Dad stand there with them. And then 10, 15 minutes later, the sped bus comes up to pick up my 8-year-old, who we call in this, we will call him number 5. When the kids have their spots for their shoes and their coats and on their shampoo bottles, on their cup tray, they each have a number and it's order of birth. So the oldest boy is 1, the oldest girl is 2, and it just keeps going from there. It is like we have 3 sets of twins because we have the 2 youngest who are 6, the next ones, 2 of them are 8, 2 of them are 11, and then we have a 12-year-old. So I was saying the cup tray and shampoo and conditioner. I'll tell you right now, because kiddos cannot use an appropriate amount of shampoo or body wash or anything like that, we went and got these little shampoo bottles. They're like this big, this round. And I went and bought a bunch of shampoo and just dispersed. So each kid has their own shampoo, they have their own body wash, and they have their own conditioner. That has lasted about 4 months. They are doing excellent. I don't know how it's lasting that long. I know they are all washing their hair, but they're all using a little tiny bit because that's what I marked on the bottle to show them how much to use. That is actually working really, really well, exceptionally well. They each have their own towel. So they each have their own towel, their own shampoo, their own conditioner, and their own body wash. Before the shower, they go and get their shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and towel. And then when they're done, they bring it all back out, and their shampoos and stuff go in my bathroom so we can keep track of it. Otherwise, it just gets destroyed. And their towels hang up in their bedrooms on hooks. They are responsible for their towel and to make sure that all their soap and stuff gets put back. We have a cup tray. I'll show you guys that one day. It says good things take time in the middle, and then it has numbers 1 through 7. And each child has their 1 cup for the day on that tray. So if there's cups left around the house, we just pick them up, and those are dirty, we wash them. So if somebody left their cup laying around, they don't have a cup. we try to keep the dishes to a minimum because those can get out of hand really quick. So going with the 1 cup a day. They rinse their cup out, they wash their cup out. If they want to put something else in it, they put something else in it. Otherwise, it's usually water, or like some of them will take a drink their drink, and then put it on the tray and just let it sit there and wait. Like usually it's water because we push a lot of water. And okay, so we have 2 bathrooms, by the way. So showering and stuff like that can all be done without too much craziness. But the kids have their own bathroom. The adults have a bathroom. The only times the kids uses our bathroom is when the other one is occupied. Food line. So we have a food line when it's dinner time because we serve all their meals. Otherwise, we got big mounds of food and people are like, oh, I can't eat it. They usually dish too much. So we dish their plates usually. Sometimes I'll set it on the table and let them do their own, like when we have pancake night and that kind of thing. But otherwise, we have them basically line up, dinner time. Come on, come get your dinner. And we'll make their plates, hand it to them. But him not so much, because the kids just tend to stand there better for him. But I make them get in order of age. So it's the littlest ones first. I do it like a wolf pack. The weak and small need it first. The older ones are better at waiting and more patient, and their bellies can handle a little bit longer of a wait. Oh, and we have a cat and a dog also. I didn't know if you knew that. So all the kids help out with feeding the cat and the dog and changing the litter box and letting the dog out. And we have had our dog since the day it was born. His mama was our other dog. We had to get rid of her because she was getting violent. She bit the neighbor when the kids were checking the mail. He threatened all kinds of things. She has been very problematic. I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but so we had to get rid of her. She was being violent. But we did end up, she was pregnant right before she had puppies before we got rid of her. All the puppies were grown. We did the right thing. We took care of them how we should, waited for weeks before we got rid of them. Oh, that was crazy. Holy cow, that was crazy. Every day, a couple times a day, cleaning that dog area. Oh my gosh. I don't ever recommend having litters of puppies. If you're going to have a litter of anything, have cats. It's easier. But she got pregnant, and then we had puppies. I sat with puppies. It was like 16-hour labor. But I was worried about the runt because he was a lot smaller than all the rest of them. He didn't seem to function as quickly as the rest of them. He just seemed like he was going to have some problems. So I told my fiance that I wanted to keep the runt. And so we kept the runt because we didn't know what was going to happen with him. We wanted to make sure everything was okay and he would be taken care of and that kind of thing. But we did get all the other puppies really awesome homes. We keep in contact with quite a bit of them. Made really good friends with one of them. But he has turned out to be an excellent dog. Excellent dog. We could not have handpicked a better one. Except he's about 6 months now. He is still intact, which next month he won't be. We're getting him some help with that next month. He's getting kind of loud, teenage style, testosterone, so it's time. And since he's never going to get to mate, I don't want him to have all those feelings. But we have been learning new ways of training him. He really doesn't like the neighbors. I think it's because he doesn't know them and they're too close to the kids. So he kind of gets on the defense with the neighbors, but he is also a very loud dog. So he's a very rude dog. Even if he's trying to be nice and be friendly, he's still really rude, and he barks and barks and barks. And it looks scary. He's a German Shepherd. He's a big German Shepherd. So it looks scary. So we got him one of those shock collars. Not one with the distance radius. Not one like that. Not a distance one. One that has a beeping noise, a vibration, and then a shock. And it has 2 different settings for 2 different dogs, I guess. If you were going to put it on a different dog at a different time. I'm not sure. It has 2 settings. But he has felt the shock because he took off after a neighbor. He turned around, came straight back to me. He has felt vibration because he was running out in front of traffic at the bus stop. So he felt that once. He's listening very well with just the beep. All I got to do is push the beep one time. Just the noise. And he listens. He comes right to me. He does exactly what he's supposed to be doing. And this whole time I'm sitting there going, I know he can hear me. I know he knows what I'm saying. I know he knows these words. So finally we broke down, and instead of having him on a lead, having him on a leash every time, or a chain or rope or whatever you want to call it, outside off the deck. We don't want to do that. I don't want him being tied up. I want him to be able to roam. I want him to be able to move around, and so now it's the collar, and he does excellent. He stays in the yard. He doesn't mess with the neighbors. He's doing excellent. He tried getting into the trash the other day, and I made a beep, and he hasn't tried to get in the trash since. He tried to eat the cat food the other day. I beeped him then. Not a noise. Or not a fight at all. He just gave up. Said, okay, Mom, I won't eat the cat food, and went and laid down. But before, we'd take the cat food, he'd follow it around, try any way to get to that darn cat food. The cat wasn't even getting his food half of the time, apparently, because the dog was eating it. And no matter where we put it, the dog would figure out a way. So now, I beep him. And he stops. I'm tired. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I am celiac. Can't have gluten or wheat of any sort. I get really swollen. For example, today we had to run into town for an appointment. The appointment didn't work out, so we head back, or while we were heading into town anyway, we were hungry, and I especially was hungry, and I wanted a coffee. So while making the coffee, I'm looking around at the gas station, of course, and for somebody with celiac, it's really hard to find anything at a gas station. But they have these salads for $9. They have a fruit bowl for $7, or they have a donut for $1.50. So what do? Being a cheapo, I get myself an apple fritter. And I got him an apple fritter. It's his favorite kind of donuts. So I come out of the store with apple fritters. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? Why are you eating that? What are you trying to do? And like I told him, I am starving. It is cheap. It'll be okay. I was wrong. It wasn't okay. But not even an hour later, I am so exhausted. I lay down on our bed after we get home, and I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock at night. And I feel horrible waking up. My body feels like it's itchy. My body feels like it's swollen. My body feels like it's tense. I'm done. Yep. That's all I can say. I've learned my lesson for a while, and I will be paying for this one apple fritter for the next week. My head hurts. I don't know. Heartburn? Oh, bad heartburn. I don't know what I was thinking. When they tell you have a food allergy or a food intolerance or something like that, just be on your diet. I mean, especially if you're celiac, there's all kinds of really yummy foods that you can eat that are good for you, not bad for you. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. Not feeling too great. I had all kinds of stuff I want to talk about with the kids, but it sounds like I just want to talk about my dog and my celiacs or something. Okay. Hi, guys. Sorry. This is going to be take 2 in the one video. When you eat gluten and you got celiacs or gluten intolerance, it's kind of like you get dumber real quick. Like it does this whole brain fart thing where your brain doesn't work right, or I don't even know how to explain it because that just sounds dumb. But it really is like you can't think right. It's like you're just not functioning normally. You're not thinking normally. You can't collect your thoughts normally. So have I told you guys why I hide in the closet? It's quiet in here. It's warm in here. I have this little heater over here by me. It's like right there. It's a little heater. I get to control the temperature too, so it stays warmer in here. And we're in Alaska now. It's cold. It is definitely cold already. It's like 46 or something. I know it's midnight, but it was like 46 when I woke up at like 8:30. Well, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock when I checked it. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about the kids. Okay, so or let's go with Sunday night. Sunday is usually spent cleaning, getting prepared for the school week. So we do a lot of laundry, clean house, showers. We start showering 6:30 whenever we're done with dinner. First one to be done with dinner is the first one to get in the shower. And then we just cycle. Whoever can get in next gets in next. But like I said, they all have their own shampoo and conditioner, so they all go get their shampoo and conditioner and bring it to the bathroom, and they all have their towels and stuff, so make sure to put all that away. And then I gotta walk around and give them all loves and hugs and tell them to get in bed and tell them 12 times to get in bed. And I use a diffuser with essential oils in it for nighttime to help the younger boys fall asleep. I lost my cord for the girls, and the girls are still annoyed by it. I gotta get another cord, or just get another diffuser. But they like essential oils at night too. We put some on our wrists and stuff, and It's calming. It helps them fall asleep. But then we get up, 6 o'clock. The first two get up. They're out the door by 7:15. And then the next 5 get up with me, 7 o'clock. We are up. We are moving around. We are getting ready for school. Busy. Mornings are busy. And then we do buses at 8 something. And then we wait for another 15-20 minutes and we gotta do buses for the other one. And then I'm finally in silence. And every day it's weird. Every day I'm like, what should I do? La-di-da-da. Usually clean more house. My fiance works nights, so I tend to let him sleep. Like right now, he's at work. I'll be going to bed soon. I tend to let him sleep though. He needs it. He doesn't get off work till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So if he's sleeping during the day, he does. But sometimes he doesn't require a lot of sleep. Like he just doesn't need it, so he's just up. And you can tell by how he looks, if he's tired or not. And he just doesn't require too much sleep sometimes. I require sleep, a lot of it. Tired all the time. We are busy, like busy. One of these days I'll walk you through the house. See my little organization, like the shoes and toothbrushes and shampoos and, I tried Googling large families, like Pinteresting it, like, ideas for large families for like organization and stuff. They really do think people in a large family is like 12 or 6, or not 6, like 4 or 12. Like it's a small number or it's huge. There were 7 of us growing up. I had 7 siblings and there was one boy in that mix. Poor guy. But he is quite the daddy himself, so him and his wife are very close. Lots of kids. I love having lots of kids. Why don't I know what to say about them? Maybe because I don't have any drama going on with them. Long stall. I was told no long stalls. I'm tired tonight. I was really hoping this was going to be more alert, uplifting, something. I don't know. I have notes. I read them all. Did everything on them. Maybe I should write a little more notes. You like our cups? And the kids have red coffee mugs, and us adults have a couple jars. We keep if you guys could have only seen the chaos when we first started blending this family, it was just nuts. He had his ways, I had my ways. Oh my goodness, that was so much work. But it was good work, and we worked together. Like, we worked together well. We both made a lot of compromises, but we were both incredibly willing and wanting to make compromises to make the family work. You have to be willing and wanting to do it. We worked hard. The kids had some struggles, and then they got over it real quick. They have quite the happy little family. We never hear the "you're not my mom" or "you're not my dad." We never hear any of that kind of stuff, but they don't. Mine call him by name. His call me by name still. They know once we get married, it will be step, but I don't know. I don't really think we have too many issues anymore. Oh, a few months ago, we did. There's one in particular. She always wanted to argue me. All the time. I'm not really sure why. Maybe just she was angry. I'm someone coming in. There was a lot of change. A lot of things the kids didn't understand. A lot of things the kids were worried about. I'm just glad it's turned out the way it has. We've all worked really hard and tried really hard to make everything work together. And we do a lot of uplifting talk. Like, we're not a blended family. We're two families coming together make one big one. Like, we make sure we word things a certain way for the children. Like, when we're talking to them, and when we decided that this is what we were doing, we sat them all down at the table. Actually, we always have family meetings. Family meetings are huge. When we want to tell all the kids something, and let's say there's only like 2 in the room, all the rest of them are out doing whatever else they were doing, we call them all together. And we all have them sit down or stand there or whatnot. And then we talk. We tell them what we need to tell them, but it's a family meeting. Like, we have family meetings, I don't know, 5 times a week, sometimes 3 times a day. Sometimes we don't have one for a couple days. Like, it's all as needed. But when we're trying to talk to all of them, we make sure that we have a family meeting, and then they're allowed to give their opinions and talk and ask questions, and we make sure we get their questions. And sometimes they literally will raise their hand just so we know that they have a question they want to ask when we're done talking. We make that a point. Kids have voices. They need to be heard. It's not just they're kids. No, they're little human beings that have a lot to say. They're just little human beings that need to grow up to be big human beings. And I want them to be human beings that I want to be around. I don't want them to turn out to be, I don't know, jerks. I want them to, the only thing I ask of my children, ever, is that they do the right thing. Be a good person. That's it. Always try to be a good person. Treat people how you want to be treated. Not how they treat you, but how you want to be treated. That's a big deal. That's kind of what we do with the kids. And like the tattletaling, when they're tattletaling, we tell them that they have to go learn to survive with each other. Make it work. Use your words. Calm yourself. That's a lot of what we say. Go figure it out. Be nice. Are you telling us because it's important, or are you telling us to just tattle? Oh, and then we get a lot of this other kid did this to this other kid, but neither of them are telling us. So then we have to remind the other kid, is it your situation? If it's not your business, stay out of it. That's a big deal around here too. If it's not your business, stay out of it. If it's not yours, don't touch it. Liars cheat. Cheaters steal. Liars steal. It's just a big circle. It's a vicious circle. You start one of those habits and you usually have the rest of them. And I'm not trying to raise people like that. But I will tell you right now, we do have one in particular that has sticky fingers. Very sticky fingers. I am trying. He is trying. Her mama is trying. We're all trying. But how, you don't know if we're going to say the things that turn her into a better thief? Or are we going to say the things that helps her become a better person and not be a thief? That is a very thin line. And none of us know where that is for her individually. Talking to her is completely different than talking to her little sister. Every child is so individual that you have got to go with what they're leading with. You be the adult. You slow down. You think. You calm yourself. And you be the adult. Let them run their mouth. Let them lie. Let them do anything they got to do. Let them figure it out because they're a child. And then you teach them what's right. And then you teach them to tell the truth. And you teach them that the truth is easier than the lie. And you know, it's like, kids are going to do it. Show them where they went wrong. But does that just teach them to be better at the bad things? Yeah. But then again, like my grandma, bless her soul, she is no longer with us. When I was a little girl, we went to the grocery store. I stole a pack of gum, and I was chewing it in the car. My grandma brought me back to the store, had me return it, had me spit out the gum right there, had me apologize, had me do this, had me do that. But then it was a thing at church, and it was a thing at this, and it was a thing at that, and oh, I felt it. I felt the burn of stealing that for months. And since then, I can't do anything like that. It makes me feel too guilty. It's all over my face. And my face tells all anyway. So, catch this one doing something wrong? Not likely. I try to be honest at all times, because otherwise it's just right there. You guys would be able to tell if I was lying. It's just blunt. So I have no respect for it. In fact, it doesn't ever matter what the thing that was stolen was. It matters the principle of the matter. It wasn't yours. You have no rights to it. Why would you take it? It's not... Ugh. Anyway, that's an ongoing issue. I also have one who's nonverbal. And then I have one who likes to swear a lot. And we have one. We have two. Okay, so they're boy 1 and boy 5. Or child 1 and child 5. They are very close. And they love each other very much. And they hang out all the time. And they're like brothers. They're awesome. Except for one is 12 and one is 8. And I hear a lot of mother flippers and other shite instead of, yeah, like, come on, kids. So, I can't have the one who's nonverbal who is actually a little bit verbal. He does have some things to say. Like every day he gets home from school, the dog tries to love on him, and he always says every single day, "What the heck, dog?" That's what he says. "What the heck, dog?" So there's a phrase I don't even like. I mean, it's just, I don't like it. But he says something, so it's really hard with kids that can only say certain things. And then for the one that they're looking up to be swearing all the time and making up words that sound very much like the swear word so they can get away with saying it. Well, we've now made a rule. None of that at all. Like it was just a respect thing. Like behave, don't say that. Now it's a rule. So when kids say that, they don't get devices. When children act like that, there has to be consequences. And that's just way inappropriate. Like, I heard, ouch, mother flipper, because one of the kids, like, pinched, well, kid 5 pinched kid 1, because kid 1 wasn't listening to kid 5. And kid 5 has a hard enough time trying to talk. He was getting frustrated, and it's no excuse for him to pinch him. He did get in trouble for that. But the other one had to get in trouble for saying mother flipper. Or he's standing at the kitchen sink. I'm standing at the kitchen stove. I heard him clear as a bell. He said mother effer with the actual word. It totally stopped me up. I just was like, how in the world? Why would you say that? He is in middle school. Yeah, so he got his device taken away for the day. But then he went to school, so then he had to be able to have his device just in case anything happens. He was riding the other bus to his mom's house, so we always like him to have his phone just in case anything happens. He can call his mom, or he can call his dad, or, he has a phone. But he doesn't absolutely need that phone, just like we don't. So yeah, he got it taken away. But we gotta do something. How else are we gonna get him not to say that kind of stuff? Like, what should we do? Comments? Leave them. You got comments? Totally leave them, please. But then the nonverbal one, I don't want him saying all those words like that. Going to school saying that, he'd get in trouble. Like, he got mad at a kid on the school bus, and he rides the sped bus, mind you, so it's the small bus, and he called one of the kids a dummy, because that's one of the words he can say. The kid started crying. One of the other kids said dummy, and it led to a domino effect on the little bus, and they were all crying, and they were all calling each other dummies, and my son started it. That made me feel so horrible. So of course, we had to talk about it. We had to deal with it. He did not like his consequences of not being able to play the video games or play with the phone that day. But he had to have consequences too, and he really likes his electronics, so that was a big consequence. But like, you started a whole path of, and that was like the first day or second day of school. Like, no. Fix that right now. But his bus aide did very excellent. The bus driver and the bus aide were very excellent about the whole situation. And they talked to me immediately. It was all figured out, but I felt horrible. Made little kids cry. Come on. But guys, this video has gotten quite a bit longer than what I was expecting. So now I'm going to add these 2 videos together and send it. Hope you guys like it. I don't know, Mommy Monday. My venting day. I actually have a lot more to talk about, but I'd rather just like save some of that for lives. My next one, I think I'm going to show you guys my dog, how I organize the kids' stuff. I want to do video and stuff of that, but my day did not go according to plan. I was going to record all this morning, but my niece called me, and she's about 7 weeks old. So of course I was a little distracted, and then we had to go to town. So, and then the apple fritter and the nap, and here I am now. Hopefully next week will go better. I'm going to try to do a Mommy Monday, where I just talk about the kids and show all the kids stuff. But I am going to take a short little video of all the kids' stuff that I was talking about and the dog, and I'll post that so you guys can see. I'm not very good at blending those videos. Like, it was a lot of work, and it took a really long time, and I am not good at it. I'm trying to get my laptop going to get that all working and stuff, but we cannot get Wi-Fi at our house, so we have to do AT&T Wi-Fi or the phone company Wi-Fi, the cell phone company. And that's not even Wi-Fi. It's just data. But I have a hotspot, so on one of our lines, and I just gotta always have that line hooked up. And we had to swip and swap phones around so we could do that. But now I think I got it. I might be able to keep it on the desk with me all the time to keep the hotspot going. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, and thank you all for your comments. They were much appreciated. I really like the comments. I cannot tell you enough. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate them. Hope to see you all again. Bye.